Notion is continuing to release some amazing updates this year. In this video, I wanted to share everything that's new in the 2.49 update with some exciting new features so that you can get started with incorporating it into your own workspaces. If you find this video useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Let's dive right in. The first major update is with conditional forms. When Notion Forms released, there was no option to add conditionals to your forms, but now it's possible to do that if you have a business plan or higher. So this might make it an incentive to actually upgrade from the plus plan. If you have a question like this, for example, with different kinds of options, then you can click the add conditional logic button to then add other questions. So if the respondent selected option 1, then it would go to this one here. So you can ask more specific questions inside, and you can even add more questions. You can choose how many of these options are selected with the conditional. So it is quite flexible. If you are already paying for a form service and this could replace that, then I think it could actually be worth having the business plan. The next update that's super exciting is that you can see your charts data. So let's say that you have a donut chart like this and you want to know specifically what data is being reflected here. You can now click on it and then see all of the items belonging to that statistic. So this makes it more interactive and you can easily see your metrics also through your databases. And I think this is a really cool feature. The next update is with verifications. Previously, verifications were only available with Wiki so that you remember to update certain pages. Now they can be on any Notion page, which makes it much easier to verify and make sure that all of your pages are up to date and reviewed at regular intervals. So for example, I'm here and if I click verify, I can decide to verify for 90 days, indefinitely, or pick a date so that I need to go back and review it. The verify feature is only available on business plan or higher. So again, this is another incentive for some people if they need this verify feature. The next really exciting update is with webhooks. So Notion introduced webhooks to automations inside of databases, but now you can also access them as internal integrations. So if I go to integrations and go to webhooks, you can see that I've created one here. I'm not a webhook expert by any means, but I just created this test to see what I could do. So basically what I did was I added a webhook from make.com and something very simple where it would just send information into a Google Sheets. I did get this to work, although the data needs to be organized. It did actually add everything that happened in my workspace. So how this is different from the webhooks and the automations is that it basically listens to your entire workspace. Here you can see that you can get events for page content updated, page moved, and all kinds of things, and have a lot of control over it. So this is definitely something that could be fun to play around with and a really exciting new feature. The next update is relating to Notion AI. This is that you can now access content in Jira through Notion AI. This is still in beta, but what you can do is go to your Notion AI and then go to the 3 dots at the top, and then you can see Connect Jira. I would recommend using this if you use Jira and you need to also search through information in there. Notion AI could be a useful tool for that. The next update I wanted to mention is the tabbed layout. Tab layout is something that I've covered in detail in a previous video, so I'll add that to the description and also as a link inside of the video so that you can access that tutorial. But basically you can see that you can now add tabs like this to your Notion pages to showcase different kinds of databases, whether or not they're linked or simply to show them. You can access it by going to customize layout and then going to page settings and then choosing tabbed layout. This is a pretty big change that I think is really exciting, but at the same time it is still a little bit limiting. So I do hope that Notion updates this in the near future, especially so that you can access the views that you've already created in the main database. Right now you have to actually create the different tabs completely from scratch, which makes it quite tedious. The next update is with Notion Calendar. This is big because previously with Notion Calendar, you could only use Google Calendar plus any databases in Notion with calendar views. But now if you click plus add a calendar account, you'll now see that you can add an iCloud account. So anyone using iCloud can also see their calendar events all together inside of Notion Calendar. So I think this is a great step forward as well. The next update is that you can now use passkeys to log into your Notion, which makes it very convenient. You can also use the same credentials for logging into Notion as well as to Notion Calendar, which makes it a more seamless experience. The next update is really useful for workspace admins. If you are on the enterprise plan, you can now check to see all of your members and workspaces at a glance if you head over to settings to set up the organization. The final thing that Ivan Zhao left in the 2.49 update email was a hint towards offline mode. I'm really excited for this. I think that this will bring in a lot more people who decide not to use Notion purely because of the lack of offline mode. Here you can see the sneak peek preview of what the offline mode is going to be looking like. I'm really excited for this. I hope that this launches soon. Thank you so much for watching. Which one is your favorite update? Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or thoughts, and I hope to see you all in the next video.